Hello, I think I'm live and I think there are some people here. Woohoo! Thank you to those who are hanging out. I know that Killin said that she was running a little bit behind with the sprints, which is totally fine. Life happens. And I'm so glad that everything went well today. Um, Before we even get started, tell me what sessions you went to. Did you go to all of them? Did you have a favorite? I want to know because I had a busy day. I kind of jumped in and listened to like parts of them, some of them, most of them. And then I was in the car driving for a little bit, so I replayed a couple. And then I tried to jump in on Keelan's sprints, but my girls, I have twin 2-year-olds, 2.5-year-olds, who are crazy, psycho. And I had to finish getting them to sleep, so I couldn't really do any sprints, which I was a little sad about. But yes, before we get started, I want to hear all about what sessions you went to today. And also, if you have a beverage, take a sipperoo. I got my wine, so I'm content. Let's see here. Let's see what people are saying. Hello, hello, hello. I saw one that was super exciting right here, I think. That is awesome. I'm so glad you're here. So this will hopefully be very helpful or somewhat helpful for you if you've never done PitMat or any of the pitch parties on Twitter. They're so fun. It's just a nice supportive community like AuthorTube. And honestly, everybody supports you and everybody will read your story. And if someone else likes it, who's maybe an author who's retweeting it, which I'll talk about, that just means that your story is one that people want to read, which is good, even if nothing happens from this PitMat. So I'm super excited. That's awesome. Let's see. Hello, Holly. I did jump in your session for a few minutes while I could for like, I think 20 minutes of it. And then I had a lot to do today. It was a weird day. But I'm so glad that things went, yay, you're awake. Hooray. I'm glad. Yay. Let's see. I went to all the sessions. Oh my gosh. Good for you. Terrific. Let's see. Getting your story started. Was that by the Bard? The editing Bard, I believe. He was in a couple of my live streams. I had been doing some like work streams during the day during my girls' nap time. I think he was in a couple of those. So yeah, he's pretty knowledgeable. I was first one. Sarah's just now. 2 in the morning. I'm usually up till like 2 in the morning, but dang, good for you. When's the next PitMat? It is June, I believe, 6th. I have it on my slides that we're going to go over today. So I will tell you guys the rest of the PitMats that are going to be going on this year. I don't, it's in the slide. I don't know if it's June 6th or June 10th, but it's beginning of June. It's in the slides. Let's see. And I'm a twin. I saw that. I've watched a few of your videos with your twin, which is super exciting. Yes, my girls are, you and your twin look pretty similar. My girls are very different, like total opposites, different eye color, different everything. They're crazy. And I don't know where twins came from in my family. This was just twins and my life went crazy. So yes, twins sure are interesting. That's for sure. Okay, cool. Hopefully I'm not going to be frozen or anything. Sometimes when I'm up here for some reason, I freeze. My little office nook doesn't like me all the time for live streams. But it is 9:05, so I think we are going to kind of get started. Hello, author Jesse Elliott. I follow you as well. I follow a bunch of you guys. I'm relatively new to AuthorTube. I started in like October-ish, which I'll kind of talk a little bit more about. But I just love this community. And was it Meglator? Actually, I met her at a conference a few years ago, and she kind of inspired me to join the crew. So here I am. June 4th is PitMat. Thank you. I knew it was like beginning-ish. I was 2 days off. Close. I couldn't memorize all the slides. Okay, guys. By the way, my eyes are super dry for my contacts, not the wine. just a few sips in, don't you worry. So I'm going to share this screen and we will get to it. So if you are drinking something, take a good old sipperoo. And for those who went to a bunch of sessions and sprints, celebratory sip for you. That's wonderful. I'm glad that you guys did all this, and I'm going to be re-watching and re-listening a ton. I'm going to be driving pretty far soon, and honestly, that is when I do all of my like AuthorTube catching up. Like I listen to everybody's videos. I don't watch them all when I'm driving, obviously. So that's when I usually get caught up when I'm in the car. That's my escape. So today, the final session before the final, the keynote, is killing it at PitMad. Now, I can't really say I killed it at PitMad, but I've done it a bunch of times. And yes, I was signed with a small publishing house, which I'll get into, from this past September 2019's PitMad, which was super exciting. And my book is coming out before the end of this year. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. But it's just, I wanted to be here to show you that if you're someone who is maybe self-published and wants to try the hybrid publishing route and also get traditionally published, it's possible through a Twitter party, pitch party. So let me figure out how to share this screen without being too like confused, because I shouldn't be too confused. This should work. Okay. So if you don't follow me, or if you just are kind of here to listen and you don't know much about me, my name is Jennifer Aline, and I kind of go by the Right Mama on here as well as on my Instagram. And I'm a freelance writer and a social media manager. I do a lot of freelance writing for, I've done some for like Velnet Media. I've done some for my college. I do some of their content work. I've actually written some for the New York Post, New York Daily News, Yahoo News, just random stuff all over the board. I do social media management for some smaller businesses that I know. I'm also an aerial arts performer and instructor, not at the moment because studios are closed, but I do silks, which if you can see, my glass has silks on it. It's my aerial glass today. So that is an exciting little tidbit of info. If anybody here does aerial arts like silks or hoop or trapeze or cord or anything, let me know, because that's cool. You don't see that very often. So that's just a little more about me. As you can see, I'm the mother of twins. Like I said, my girls are 2.5. I have Alora Claire and Lucy Ann. They're two totally different human beings. They also, which is really cute, go to sleep lately holding a book or a notebook, which shows me that somehow they're related, because they don't have my crazy hair and I don't see much similarities. But if they go to sleep with a book or a notebook, some genetics is in there. Like I said, I have participated in PitMad since 2016. I've probably only missed like one out of those years since September. I love it. It's just fun, and it's just a way to, at least if you send your manuscript out there when it's requested and nothing happens of it, you at least know that it's a positive. You feel a little bit more confident in your work. You know, people want to read your story. It's just fun. It's a good energy. And I've also gone to the 2016 and 2019 Writers Digest conferences and the pitch slams there, which if you've ever been to a pitch slam, also let me know. And the pitch slams are fun. It's a totally different thing than PitMad. It's kind of like an in-person, like it's kind of like, what's it called? What's speed dating for an agent or an editor? It's usually agents. And you have 3 minutes to pitch your book. If the agent likes it, they give you their card and they want you to send a certain amount. And it's nerve-wracking, and I've done it twice, and I weirdly did well. Gonna be back. Gonna get food, please. My boyfriend just came back with Chinese food, so I'm gonna be eating a little late tonight, but that's okay. But yeah, the pitch slams are great. If you ever have the opportunity to take part in a live pitch slam where it is kind of like speed dating and you're going from table to table and talking to other professionals in the field, do it. even if nothing comes of it, which nothing really came of those pitch slams, I did get a lot of interest, which was cool. And I got requests for full manuscripts through those. So they were successful, but we'll get to more information about that later on. Today's not about the pitch slam. I'll do videos on that. And I used to write young adult. I used to write a lot of young adult. I actually self-published a young adult book in 2012, and I recently unpublished it just because I didn't do it the correct way. I've talked about it in some videos. A lot of you guys do it the right way, and I'm learning that. I should have known you guys back then because you guys could have helped me with that book. So I took it off the shelf because it needs a lot more cleaning. But my women's fiction book, That Age, is coming out through Kindred Ink Press, which is a small publishing house. And it should be out hopefully by sometime in December at the end of this year. That's our goal. So, oh, that's fine. Take a quick break. Let's see if I can guess the secret word. Haha, I don't know. I had a hint. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. Okay, so darn it, I left my hint downstairs. I might have to go get it. Let's see. So let me click this. For those who don't know what PitMad is, you may be here to find out. This is from pitchwars.com or .org. PitMad is a pitch party on Twitter where writers tweet 280 character pitches for their completed, that's important, completed, polished, unpublished manuscripts. Agents and editors make requests by liking and favoriting the tweeted pitch. You get 3 chances from 8 in the morning EST to 8 at night EST. And you have 280 characters to pitch your book. And later on in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you the 3 tweets that I tweeted out in September. And I also have just some advice that I've kind of noticed help in the past times I've done it. Like certain times that you want to do it and certain things you might want to tweet out before, because you may get really excited if you put your phone down for an hour, which rarely happens ever. But let's say you put your phone down for an hour and you come back and you have all these likes and you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these likes on this tweet, and it's a whole bunch of friends. That's nice that they liked your tweet, but it's important to let people know what's going on. Don't like this unless you are a professional. And I kind of just went over something I was going to go over later, but I'll go over it a little bit more later on. But PitMad, you have 3 chances to tweet your manuscript in 280 characters, and you want to grab the attention of the agents and the small press editors that are out there looking. They're looking to put people on their author list. And if your tweet grabs their attention, they're going to like it and they want to see what's going on. All right, I need to go grab my hint. Okay, oh, welcome. Somebody's back on. Okay, so these are some more details, and it says June 4th. June 4th is the next one. So other popular Twitter pitch contests, PitMad is all genres. Pit Dark is literature with darker themes like horror and just can be just gory and just it's focused more on the dark literature. That's Pit Dark. I've never done Pit Dark. I don't really write in that genre, but that's just another one that's out there. DV Pit, and this is more for marginalized voices, people who may not get as much recognition. And I think I did do a couple DV pits because I have characters in my books that are in the LGBTQ community. And that's one that you can put that out there. Those who are people of color, who are main characters or characters in your book, you can do DV pit. Those who maybe have disabilities, just unique voices, different voices that you don't hear as much. That is DV pit. Oh yeah, smash that like button. Smash, I like that. Thanks, girl. And Pitch Wars. I am not super knowledgeable of Pitch Wars, honestly, so I'm not going to really talk much about that. I mean, today's mostly PitMad, but Pitch Wars, it's all on that website. The details are there. March is obviously done, and I'm sure we all loved the month of March. But June 4th is coming up fast, guys. And that's when the next pit mat is. And I'll probably do another video on my channel just to kind of help people out. I also have a video I did a while ago on pit mat. Then there's September 3rd and December 3rd. Those are the ones for the rest of the year. They're quarterly. So every few months we have another one. And after the next slide, I will go get my hint for what the I was going to do it a different way, but never mind. For what the secret word is. Okay. There's a lot on here. There's a lot, but I wanted to include some of these things. And again, it's all on pitchwars.org. And when you are pitching your manuscript in the 280 characters, you want to make sure you leave room to put hashtag pitmad. That is the most important, because if you don't put it, the agents and editors won't find you. Honestly, I follow so many that they just say they're like scrolling. You want to catch their attention. And if you don't put pitmad, they're not going to scroll through yours. So you want to make sure you put pitmad, but then there's other hashtags you can put. You can put your genre or age category. So you'll see in mine that I often would put, let's see over here. Yep, women's fiction, WF. You can put, you know, picture book. There's actually, I forget what it's called, if anybody knows. There's another pitch one for children's and kidlit that's out there as well. There's a lot. There's a lot that are becoming more popular, which is super exciting. So there's more. There's ones that are out there for specific age categories. And then there's subgenres. And this is really only do these if you have, you know, the extra room. I usually try to put as much as I can into my blurb, my pitch, so I can get their attention. But I do think by subgenre, I would always put women's fiction. If you're paranormal, put paranormal. I would definitely say if you're nonfiction, put nonfiction. Usually they don't do a lot of that for pitmad, but sometimes they may. But yeah, there's more of these. Actually, I put the most like popular ones on this slide, but these are the hashtags that get noticed. I don't remember if I put LGBT in there, but that would be one for DV Pit. That would be a really popular one. So I'm going to push pause, and I'm going to get something that's going to give you a hint at what actually, my phone is right here. I'm going to show you a picture. So if you follow my Instagram, there's a picture on my Instagram that I just put of my girls. Yeah, you're going to see my girls from today. And I'm going to give you a hint, and I'm going to make my screen big so I can put it close. This is going to give you a hint at what the secret word is. I'm trying to find what picture I want to use. I'll use this one because I want to make sure this is clear. These are my girls today. There's something in this picture that is the secret word. Okay, I'm going to zoom in again. I zoomed in. That's Lucy. Okay, for a secret word. I'll zoom in again in case that wasn't clear. That's Alora with ice cream all over her face. And one last time. Ta-da! So those are your hints for what the secret word could be. So thank you. Oh, everybody's being so nice. Oh, we're getting guesses. Let's see. This is so interesting. Thank you. I don't know much about it. Well, thank you. That's kind. Pineapples or ice cream. Cute kids. Oh, thank you. They're crazy. Ice cream. Oh, it's death of pineapple. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, those bows are cute. Whatever's on those bows sure's lovely. I think I'm hungry. Want to have some. Okay. This is fun. All right, let's get back to focusing. Take a sip of your beverage. All right, cool. Well, now that everybody saw what we did today, our little adventure down to get ice cream, which ice cream is not the secret word. Okay. Let's see. Let me get back to my sharing of the screen. I am sweating up here. It's hot. I live in Western New York, and it is hot right now. This is very important, and I brought this up earlier. Reminder, this was on the DV Pit website. Retweets, not as much. Likes are reserved for agents, editors, and art directors only. That is very important. The retweets for PitMad, the last few times I've done it, anybody can retweet. That means they like your story, they like your manuscript, and they want other people to notice it. That's relatively new. If anybody else has taken part in this, and it's not just for PitMad, maybe this rule now goes for PitMad, and I didn't know because I did not do the one December and March. Obviously, I don't have another book to pitch, and right now I have a team I'm working with, so I'm not really looking to pitch it right now, which is exciting. I miss PitMad though. But what I do, and this is a little tidbit of advice that I did the last 2 times for PitMad, is the night before PitMad, I put a tweet out saying, tomorrow is #PitMad, and please do not like my tweets that have the #PitMad in it. The editors, agents, professionals in the field have to like it, or something along those lines. The last 2 times I did that, and it helped, because all the other PitMads, I had all these likes, like I said a little while ago, and people come and like that's great that friends support you and that people are interested in the storyline and all that wonderfulness. But it also, if you're really, all day you want these likes from professionals in the field, and to come back and be like, oh, my mom who has Twitter liked my tweets, thank you, Mom. But we are hoping for others. So my suggestion that has helped me is the night before, make a short thing that says, hey guys, thanks for your support. But on the day of PitMad, if you're not, an agent or editor, please do not like the tweets that have the hashtag in it. And that helped. The last 2 times, nobody besides professionals liked them. So this is important. And from what I know, you can retweet if you are, that's what I've done the last 2 PitMads is I read through them. And if I like stories that the pitches, I retweet so I can help those people out. So that's what I've been doing to help others. It's hot in Ontario. Yeah, Ontario's not too far. Yeah, I'm sweating. Sweating. Okay. So before we get into my first, oh no. Oh, there we go. Before we get into my pitches, my tweets, after we look at my 3 that I did, we're going to look at 2 others that were picked up from Kindred Ink Press during PitMad. And they gave me one of their tweets that they had that got interest from the publishing house. So they will help out as well. But let's go to my first one. This was September 2019. This is for my book that is coming out at the end of this year. So you guys are getting a little insight into what it's about. Corinne is sleeping around trying to get knocked up. Lainey is trying to avoid her family and avoid love. Delilah is struggling with postpartum depression. 5 years after graduation, 3 college roommates move back in together and put their friendship to the test. #PitMad, #WF for women's fiction. Now, this is very similar to my pitch when I went to Pitch Slams. I started off every pitch to the agents at Pitch Slams saying, Corinne is sleeping around trying to get knocked up. Bam. They're like, oh, is she? It grabbed their attention. This one, now what I would usually do, and you can see in this that, whoopsies, that this was my first tweet of the day, and it was almost 1:00 p.m. I suggest, or I've also been given suggestions from other people to tweet at like 9 in the morning, an hour in, around noon, and then around 5. So you're spread out. But I've noticed that people who tweet later in the day are getting more, their tweets are getting noticed, which I'm surprised because there's so many for them to scroll through that maybe they're just looking at the more recent ones and they're pushing aside the ones from earlier in the day. But this was my first tweet of the day. I did try to spread them out and I did write them in my like notes on my phone the day before so I could just copy, paste, go. Didn't have to think about it. I did get 7 retweets, which was pretty cool. That meant a whole bunch of people liked the storyline. For the book, 97. I'm sorry, but I get distracted. 97. It's like 70 something right now and I'm sweating. That's warm. Holy schmoly. Sorry, going back to the main point. But I got 7 retweets, which was exciting. That was my first tweet for that age. It didn't get any likes. Of course, I'm always like sad, but that was the first. The next one was number 2. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants meets New Girl. 3 college roommates decide to move back in together 5 years after graduation. However, with Corinne sleeping around, Lainey embracing her sexuality, and Delilah facing PPD, things may be trickier than expected. Pitmad, #women's fiction. This is one that Kindred Inc. liked, and I got a retweet from it as well. And it's funny because a lot of these were kind of like parts of my either pitch for the pitch slams or because I had just gone to the conference a month before this Pitmad. And also for my query letter, a lot of these were just kind of picked out and I put them in there, shortened them, made them fit, and it worked. But Kindred liked this one, which was exciting. It's very, very popular to have your comp titles, your competitive title or comparative titles. For example, I use Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants meets New Girl. My book is from the point of view of 3 different girls. And they're all friends. So the friendship aspect and the different kind of chapter points of view was similar to Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. I wanted to make that known. And New Girl, which is the show with Zooey Deschanel, that I loved. I love that show. Just the same kind of dynamic of moving back in together, people sleeping around, some people want to have babies, some people want to get married. That's the age that a lot of us are in, and the characters in the book are in. So I wanted to make sure that that was, a focus and it was noticed. I also wanted to mention sexuality because if somebody is specifically looking for that was there. But yeah, that grabbed the attention, which made me super happy. I'm always happy if I get a like. This was my third. Oh, let me go back. I tweeted the second one at 4:15. So I made sure to spread it out a little bit. So 4:15 was a good time. And this was right before the 8 o'clock deadline that I did this one. 3 ex-roommates move back in together 5 years after college graduation. Adulthood forces them to decide whether to follow the plans they've set for themselves or follow fate. There's some sex, some family drama, some internal struggle, and a whole lot of mojitos. So this one got 2 retweets and 4 likes. And one was Kindred again. Another small press liked it, and then 2 lit agents liked it. So that was another exciting way to end the day. Was not only were other people reading it and wanting to read it by retweeting it, 2 agents and 2 editors liked it, which was super exciting. But you can see in all 3 of my tweets that they are different. This one, the first one, I went bam, and I tried to grab the attention. I think I should have saved this one for the last tweet, just because this one's probably my favorite. It's like, whoa. Let me really put it out there and tell you what's going on. Let's see. New Girl is awesome. Yes, New Girl is one of my favorites. So tweet 3 had a bunch of interest, but it was later in the night. So I'm thinking that later in the night, that's when people start to scroll. I'm not saying wait until, evening, but your first tweet or 2 may get lost, especially because I think people are scrolling and there's so many. I just say maybe in the second half of the day, that's when you want to kind of plan them out. That's my advice, but It's not the same for everybody. This next one is from Lainey Williams, who she got picked up also from Kindred Inc. And her book, Maisie Ever After, is coming out either before the end of this year or early 2021. I'm not sure. But her tweet got a lot of interest as well. Patty, freshly heartbroken at his own wedding, meets Maisie, aka Minnie Muse, the YouTube sensation he's never heard of. The blue-haired roller derby queen is nothing like the ex-fiance who ditched him, but maybe this is his chance for real love. And she did a whole bunch of hashtags, which is awesome. Can't even remember what a lot of these are. Adult, pit mad, romance, don't know. Not sure. But she had 8 retweets and 3 likes. One of those was Kindred, and I do not know the other 2. But she got interest from that, so that's awesome. And she is, again, another writer, another author with Kindred Inc. And the next person is C. D'Angelo, and she is also a Kindred author who was picked up during PitMad for her women's fiction book, The Difference. And she did the comp titles right at the beginning, like I did. Eat, Pray, Love, Feel, and Shopaholic Quirkiness. Rachel has it all, but feels empty. Going on an ancestry journey to reveal a family secret has to also bring fulfillment, right? Or she may lose her relationship, and worst yet, herself. Pit mad and a whole bunch of hashtags, which, you know, I never took advantage of all the hashtags, which I probably should have. If you have the space, I usually write, I'm an overwriter, even on Twitter. So if you're an overwriter, you may have to work on the hashtag thing. If you're an underwriter, use the hashtags, go for it. And also Christine C. D'Angelo has now something called Pitch Party Prosperity, which she helps people pitch. If you ever need a little bit of support, check her out. She's on Instagram also, and Facebook, and she's one of our authors with Kindred Inc. Press. So if you need some help pitching your book, whether it's a pitch party or pitch slam or something, check her out, guys. And that is the end of my lovely slide. I know we went over 9:30. I also know Killin said that, oh, your pitch. Oh, thank you. That makes me happy. Thank you. I'm actually, they make me happy too. The crazy bold ones are what I like, because I have some pretty, from my pitches, I got a pretty bold character in there who makes some crazy decisions. So I wanted to put her chaos out there. But that is the end of my little spiel. We maybe have a few minutes for some discussion if you wish. Let me see if I can do this like half page kind of thing, so you can still kind of see what's going on. But does anybody have any questions? Has anybody ever pitched before? Is anybody planning to pitch? I know somebody did say they were planning to pitch. I want to hear all about it. Tell me what you, oh, we still have until 10. Well, grab your wine, guys. Let's keep chatting. I'm a talker, so I'm totally all for talking. But I'm trying to think. I wish I could find all my other pitches. The pitch slams were scary. Waiting in line at the conference was scary. PitMad is something you can definitely do. That's a good kind of practice for if you ever want to go to a conference. Oh, let's see. We got a little question here. Do you think retweets are important? Last PitMad, I had 22 retweets, but no likes. Doesn't that stink? That's happened to me too. And I think they're going to become more important. I think that it's a newer rule. The last couple PitMads, I noticed this is a thing. And the more people, whether they're authors or just followers, retweet your tweet, it's going to show the professionals that people want to read your story and they want people to have a following. I mean, of course, it's not necessary, but a lot more agents and editors, they want to see people have a following. And I think that it's going to become something. Like I said, 22 retweets. That's awesome. If anything, that just means you're on the right track and that your book is one that people want to read. So I would say don't be hard on yourself. That's awesome. I mean, I took the retweets as exciting because there might be someone out there who's going to read my book, an extra person. I'll take it. That's my advice. I think it might become a little bit bigger as time moves on. Let's see here. Can't wait to get this book finished maybe 3 years from now and pitch. Hey, I have a feeling Twitter and PitMad, even more pitch parties will be around in 3 years. So you get that book done and pitch it. And maybe in a few years, I'll have more pitch fun to talk about. I'm sure I will. I may have missed it because I was on your Instagram. But what was the process for getting feedback on your pitches again? Oh, no, I don't think I brought that up. So for getting feedback on your pitches, I think you are asking, like, once somebody asks for your manuscript and you want to hear back from them. So let's say they liked it. You go to their Twitter and it tells, they usually pin it at the top of their Twitter, what they want you to send, because you definitely don't want to just send your whole book. Most don't want that. Some do, but most don't want that. They may just want a query letter in the first few chapters. So you go to their Twitter, you see what they want, you send it. Most agents or editors kind of give you a timeline as to when they're going to send things back. And I would usually wait. And if I didn't hear back, and if I didn't hear back after a partial request, that meant no, which unfortunately happened for most of them. I think I got a few full requests. If they come back after that time and say, I would like you to send the whole manuscript, that's great. And that has happened to me a few times. After that, if you don't hear, I would say reach back out and ask them what the status of that is. And I kind of had to do that when Kindred Inc. wanted to sign me. I had to go back to those who have my full requests and say, hey, what you doing with my full manuscript, and do you want to move forward? Because I have a request, which is, that's kind of cool to do. It's kind of like, all right. But let's see, what was the process for getting feedback? I'm just making sure I have all of the information. I would say, because whoever requests, they have a different scenario or a different outline of how they do things. But most people, if they ask for your full manuscript, they will give you genuine feedback and they will tell you, how it was. Let's see. I did ask a few people on Twitter, a few agents, what they look for. And a lot of them said authenticity, which I didn't expect. I thought maybe like something different, but they said authenticity. So uniqueness, kind of a different story. And also editors and agents are looking for specific things. If you don't fit their specific package they're looking for, they're not going to probably want to sign you. I hope I answered that right. I may not have. Let me know if I did it. All right, let's keep looking here. How long should you wait after getting lit? It's kind of what I said, but no. You want to make sure your book, when you tweet it, is finished, that it is edited. Either you've edited it several times yourself, or you've used beta readers, critique partners, which of course you want that usually most of the time. You want to make sure it's a pretty clean book. I would say send it within 48 hours. I send them out like the next day. I usually look over the query letter, make sure it's good, and send it out. And they usually tell you to put in the subject line, either hashtag #PitMad request or something specific. But I would say do it pretty quickly so they don't kind of lose interest when they're jumping back into their emails. They want to remember that they want to remember what it was. And what I've done, good question, in the emails when I respond to them is right before my query letter in the body of the email, I, in italics, put hashtag #PitMad September, whatever the date was, and then put the post that I did that they liked so they can remember. I've done that for all of them. I should have put that in here. So I would, as a suggestion, in the body, just copy and paste what that tweet was so they remember that that's what they liked. That may kind of pop up a little. Let's see here. Whoa, I just got a whole bunch of, let's see. Whoa. Okay. AuthorTube. Oh, that's what you meant. Also, is this an easy way to get agent? Oh, there's no easy way. I will be honest with you. I have been I've been querying my books since I've written 4 novels. My first one, I queried a little bit, but it definitely wasn't ready. No. My second one, I queried a bunch, and that's the one I self-published because I talked to one of my professors when I was in college, and it was when ebooks were just coming out. And he said, "Why don't you try this?" And I looked into it and I did it, but I did not do it the correct way, like a lot of you guys do. So that's been taken off the shelf. I wish I might self-publish that one again someday. Um, this isn't, I wouldn't say this is an easy way, but it's definitely one to make connections. I have made connections with a lot of agents and editors in the field just through Twitter. They put manuscript wish lists out, which is hashtag MSWL, where they just put out what they're looking for. And if your story fits the bill, send it to them. Or just following them, commenting, kind of connecting. They may remember you through those connections. I wouldn't say there's any easy way. Traditional publishing is hard. Self-publishing is hard. We're in a really tough industry, guys, but we're tough. So it's okay. I wouldn't say it's easy. Um, it's nice to get requests because it does show that what you're working on is worth it and that somebody wants to read it, and that the request, like it's a good confidence booster to tell you you're on the right track. And sometimes you might be that special unicorn who gets a literary agent this way. I know people who have. And I got an editor with a small press this way. It's possible. I'm proof. So it's not easy. Like I said, I've been doing it since 2016 with my other books. And finally, I signed a contract. But I would say try it. Why not? I wish it was easy. Let's see. Oh, well, thank you. I like my first pitch too. That's my favorite. I should have saved that for last. I was wondering if you said the secret word. I didn't say it, but I can show you a clue. I know I'm supposed to say it, but this is fun. I'm the last one. What's that? Do-do-do. Do-do-do. That's Alora, but this is the secret word. Okay, let's see. Oh, I mean while drafting your pitches. So sorry, I was totally unclear. Like, do you run your pitches by? Yes. I would say with pitches, I don't really take too much time. It's like I said, I kind of took them from my query letters, and my pitches from the pitch slam. So that was my own personal thing. But if you have a group of people and you do want to send them to people just to look at and make sure that it makes sense and it's clear, I would say do it. For me, I took it from my query letters and my pitch slam, which I worked on with people at the conference to kind of tweak and make them nicer. So in a way, I did work with other people. I would say if you have beta readers, you could be like, hey, check these out. Let me know what you think. Would you want to pick up the book? You could even put it honestly on your Instagram and say feedback. Like, I would say get some feedback. That's a great idea because that is what I did when it came to my query letter and my pitch at the pitch slam. So yes, I would say always getting extra help is good for sure. She gave out some hints. I did give out some hints. Yes, I did. Oh, I love it. Awesome. Well, let's see. It's 9:45. I want to make sure that I have everybody's comments down. And I appreciate you guys hanging out and coming. I know it's later. It was the final one, and I know I'm not as known as all the other author tubers. But I love this community. This community is great. Just like, I would say Pit Mad. It's a really supportive community. Getting retweets, like we had talked about, it shows people want to read your book. Maybe you didn't get picked up by someone, but also there are bazillions of Pit Mad tweets out there. You are going to be in a mesh of so many tweets. So if you get a like, that is huge. If you get a retweet, that's huge. The fact that somebody saw your tweet, because there are so many. So you really can't be hard on yourself. The word, isn't it? Oh, it's not official until I say it. Is that real? Okay. Pineapple. I should have read the rules clearer. Sorry, Killin. I thought I was supposed to give clues because that's fun. But yes, the secret word is pineapple. La na na. I think that's French for pineapple. I learned that in high school. I said it. I said it. There you go. So how did everybody else's, did they just kind of like tell them their secret word? I'm being tough at the end of the day. The tough teacher nobody wants at the end of the day. So we have 15 minutes until the final live stream. And I'm going to go get some Chinese food and check that live out. If anybody has any last minute questions, please let me know. I can answer another question if you have it. Baha, the clues are great. I'm just having fun. This is great. Let's do another retreat soon. I like this. But yes, I really appreciate you guys sticking around till the end. I do have a newsletter. That's a monthly newsletter on my website, jenniferloon.com. Devin guessed mine. What was yours? I don't think I didn't catch everybody's secret words just because I was in and out of so many sessions today. Oh, I won't make you say it again. I don't know if you can. Secret. It's only during your session, probably. And like and subscribe, yes. If you want to have continuous updates and sneak peeks and all that stuff of that age, subscribe to my newsletter. I know that you guys are probably like, you have your own and you subscribe to so many. My cover reveal will be happening in like the next few months, I hope. So newsletter people get it first, and then pre-orders, all that stuff you guys already know. But I'll also be looking for some bookstagrammers if anybody has contacts or wants to do any reviews. I know a lot of you guys might be AuthorTubers or just people here for the retreat. I'll be looking for some of those as well if there's any interest at all. It's a pretty good story. I like it a little bit. And since you guys have a little insight into what it's about, if it's something that fits your fancy, let me know. But I will log off so you guys can get ready for your next session. Thank you guys so much. I hope this helped a little bit. And I will, I'm sure, do a live stream sometime soon. Thank you guys, and have a good rest of your night.